Welcome to the Mentor Monday live stream. That was not on tune or to a beat at all. It's called improvising, okay? I'm AJ, this is Diana.
Hi.
As usual, and we would like to thank you for tuning into the last Mentor Monday of the semester.
Of 2016.
Of 2016. Can you believe how long we have been doing this already? Gosh.
Dang. An entire semester.
An entire semester. We started back in August, so.
Started from the bottom. Never mind.
Oh, Diana. Why? But yes.
In my defense, I had 2 finals today, so.
Oh, that's right, everybody. Final season has begun.
It's open season.
Dun, dun, dun. Final season. We need more graphics in these videos.
Boop, 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 like right here.
Table that idea. Okay. It is final season, ladies and gentlemen. You know, it's December. The weather changes. They start serving wonderful little drinks at Starbucks.
That's a drink that's served year-round.
Never mind. Well, they do have seasonal drinks.
They do.
The weather's changing. Everybody starts to get sick. The nights are longer. More time.
The days are shorter.
And somehow it feels like you just never have time to study. There's so much going on, honestly. A moment of silence for everybody out there.
A moment of silence to remember my sleep.
To remember your sleep schedule. To my social life.
Oh, that's a good one.
To my plans for the holidays. Like, everything is just like I'm not planning like anything past like my last final. Like, it's just a matter of getting to that point right now and then
I have
carrying
a plane
on with
ride
life.
at 4 in the morning the following day. It's great. Anywho.
I'm so tired.
Same.
Okay, so speaking of finals and finally having that time to study days start this week. It is Thursday and Friday. There are no classes going on, but you can still come to campus to study. I know I'm an SI leader, and I'm actually holding SI sessions on Thursdays, so get in touch with your SI leader if your class has one, because some of them do have sessions on study days. You know, it's an entire day dedicated to studying. Why not take advantage of that and get a group of people together to do it?
Yeah, definitely. I know I'm coming to school at least to like study.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I have some work plans on Thursday, but Friday I'm kind of just dedicating them to studying.
Mm-hmm.
So there's that. The JPL is open 24 hours. As of yesterday, they opened up, and they're going to be open for the next 2 weeks, 24 hours until Friday the 16th.
24 hours of studying. Yeah, honestly, coming to campus to study might definitely be one of those things that helps you out a lot. Sorry. A new arrival in the office. So coming to campus can help you to stay focused when you're studying, not like what I just did. You know, you make the effort to come to campus, you know, you get dressed. Maybe you come in pajamas, but you get the effort to come to campus. You might as well do something productive and get the work done. I definitely feel like I owe it to myself because I have to get dressed and drive over here and like find my spot to camp out in. I'm like, you know what? I did all this work to get here. Now I'm motivated to get stuff done.
At least for me, it's more of the atmosphere. I see people actually studying, so that pushes me a little bit more.
Accountability buddies.
Accountability buddies.
Yeah, seeing other people be productive in turn makes me feel like I have to be productive because I don't want to be like the one person like in the quiet study. Yeah, the one person in the quiet study that's like taking a nap when there's like an entire group of people that are actually like being productive and working. Don't be that one person.
Yep. And then remember that although the library is open 24 hours, definitely set a time for you to just kind of walk away from everything.
Yeah.
For me at least, I can get overwhelmed by it, so I'll get to that panic mode and I'm like, no, I have to study. But you know your limits. Know those limits, set those limits, and like at the end of the day say, look, midnight, if I'm not done with this, then I'm just going to move on to something else.
Yeah, definitely. If you don't set those limits and you just go nonstop, you're going to burn out.
Oh, yeah.
You're definitely going to burn out. You're going to lose focus. You're going to lose motivation. Maybe you're going to cry. Next thing you know, it's 3 a.m. in JPL, and you don't even know where you are. Been there. Done that. Set your limits. I usually try to avoid staying on campus past 10 o'clock at night because I know at that point, you know, I'm tired. All I'm thinking about is going home. And sometimes you do just need to like have that moment where you just walk away when you just know I'm not being productive right now. Anything I do like in the next 6 hours probably could have been done in 2 hours the next day if I had just given myself that break that I needed. So don't make more work for yourself. Sometimes walking away can be the best option for you. Of course, you have to come back at some point, but
Oh yeah, definitely.
yeah.
And while the JPL, the library here on main campus, is open 24 hours, the library downtown is going to close at 10:30 on the weekdays.
Kind of in the middle of
Classrooms
something.
are open for registration, reservation through events management. I know I like to do this. I started doing it last semester, where I get a study group from the class, usually about 5, 6 people, and we'll just take over a classroom and kind of just work in there.
Yeah, it's really nice, honestly. I really like I prefer more studying in empty classrooms now than I do to old study rooms.
Yeah.
But the study rooms in the library because sometimes it's just that change of scenery. You know, the study rooms, they're all like dry erase boards, and unless you're actually writing on the dry erase boards, you are closed in a very tiny room of white walls and a window, and it can be a little intimidating. Versus in a classroom, it's more like conducive to that like learning mentality. You know, it feels like you're in a class, but it's just you, and there's no teacher there. You're teaching yourself or working with your study group to teach each other.
Yeah.
And
And
you can move the desks around. That's
and
nice.
I've noticed that like there's less distractions in a classroom, at least for me. Like in study rooms, they'll come and they'll be like, "Hey, we have this room," and they kind of like move us out. While in classrooms, people have a tendency to not just come barging in, stuff like that.
Yeah, I will make a note about camping out in a classroom with your study group to work because this has happened to me before where I go and me and just like a few people, we're going to be very productive and we get all of our stuff set out. And then all of a sudden we just hear like so much noise coming from the room next door to us. And it's because like a club or organization is using that room for like a dress rehearsal of something. You know, it can be very noisy. So just pay mind to like who your neighbors are, I guess, when you are in those classrooms.
And also don't be the noisy ones. If you are a study group, try to keep it a little bit down. Granted, it is a classroom, so you have a little bit more leeway than necessarily a study room.
A study room in the library. You are in an empty classroom, typically like after hours when classes aren't being held. But just be mindful of the fact that there are other people around there trying to be productive.
Yep. And then study rooms in the library are always available for to register 1 week in
Oh,
advance.
I thought you were talking about the hours. 2
Oh,
hours
yeah,
at a
2
time.
hours at a time, 2 study rooms, like 2 consecutive study rooms. And so then, recommended, it's 2-hour blocks of time at a time. Try to register the back to back. But once finals week actually does hit, be careful that if you're gonna try to get a study room for like in an hour, they're probably going to be all full.
The only time you're going to get stuck with is like 4 in the morning. And even then, that's being lucky.
That's like a day in advance.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. So if you know that like you in a study group, maybe start talking to people now in your class and decide if you do want to meet up, and if you do want to meet up in a study room, reserve that room now, because more than likely if you wait until study days or next week, that room probably won't be available anymore.
Yeah, so that's another reason why I like classrooms a little bit more, is because
A little more freedom in your schedule.
flexibility. Not a lot of people know
That's true.
about the classroom opportunities.
I love it, honestly.
It's my favorite.
Like, I'm planning on going there, like, right after this live stream. I'm going to, like, go camp out in a classroom and get some work done.
That's what I did all
Taking
of
this cake
Saturday
with
and
me.
Sunday.
You
I
see-
mean, if you finish it.
Yeah,
then.
if I finish it, it's not that much. But I'm hungry.
Alrighty, so talking about finals. So we talked a little bit about how to, like, scheduling and campus tips, how to study, but preparation time. I know we've been, like, beating this horse all semester long.
But there's a reason.
Finals, it is pretty big, especially since it is most finals are, comprehensive? Cumulative.
I think both works.
True.
Yeah.
So since it's covering everything for the past, 3 months, 4 months that we've been here? 4 months. It is a little bit harder to prepare for than a regular test. Usually regular test is just like the past 2-3 weeks, while this is everything you've learned since the beginning of the semester. So some preparation tips, I guess, is start early, guys. Don't waste your study days. And we've been over and over talking about starting early, but it is super important. It's better to start early and be over-prepared than to not have enough time and start panicking.
Yeah, and if you do start planning now, a lot of times you can, what's it called? Get finished early, I
What?
think. I don't
That's
know.
a thing?
Allegedly,
Oh,
I've
jeez.
I've heard tell of it. But yeah,
Oh.
if you do plan ahead, you can get. They're snapping at me. I don't know why. No,
Oh no, we're good. Okay.
no, we're good.
Yeah,
We're good.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So if you do plan ahead and you use your time wisely, you can maybe give yourself that buffer day in between, maybe when you're studying and when your finals are. I'm like off camera. What's happening here?
Oh, jeez. Exactly.
Studying days and when your like finals are, you can have like that day in between, and you can use that to maybe go over stuff that you studied at the beginning of study days, or maybe take a brain break that you didn't know you needed. And it also does give you a little leeway in your schedule. Maybe you planned to have that free day scheduled, but then you didn't get all the studying done. Guess what? Use your free day to finish up studying. Don't wait until the last minute when you don't have a free day to study and you still have 6 chapters to do and your finals the next day.
All right, so we got a question. Yay!
Yay! I'm trying
Do
to
you
read it.
need to reserve the classroom, or do you, Ariel, can you please?
Do
So
you
thanks.
walk in?
Or do you walk in?
Okay, so there are different ways of going about this. Typically, I haven't to this point ever reserved a classroom just to
Same.
study.
Personally, I've just walked into classrooms, but last week me and my group got kicked out by a police officer because, okay, listen.
Wild.
No, they needed to clean the room. They needed to clean
it's
the
like
room, and it
Diana's
was
running
like
with the law.
it was like 10:30 at night, and so they were like, "Hey guys, we kind of needed this room empty. Can you please leave?" So I guess just be mindful of that. The safest route is to reserve a study room or a classroom. Essentially, just go on UTSA, search event management, and that's how you would reserve it. And that is, again, the safest way and the best way to make sure that you don't end up getting kicked out or somebody walking in and saying, hey, we have this room, stuff like that.
Yeah. Same principle as when you just walk into an empty study room in the library. If somebody has that room reserved, guess what? You got to go. I've had the instance where one of the custodians comes in and they're like, hey, I just need to take out the trash. And it's like, okay, like, they'll work with you on that. But if they need to, like, clean the boards, kind of be considerate,
That's what happened, was we had used the entire boards.
If you use, like, all the chalkboards and the custodians come in and they're like, hey,
come on,
I got to take all of that off. Just be mindful of, like, you are on campus after hours, so those after-hour ongoings are going to happen whether you're there or not.
But essentially, I think that now that the study days are coming up, they're going to be a little bit more lenient. But again, just to be safe, reserve it through event management. And that question was from Isaac. So thank you, Isaac.
Thanks, Isaac. It's the same thing. Okay, so in terms of finals, do you have your materials ready? No. Diana, what do you need when you take a final?
Pencils. Some classes need Scantrons.
Or
calculators, par scores, blue books.
They have green books, but no one ever I don't understand. Yeah, they're like, you can get a blue book, but it can be the green one. And I'm like, Professor, isn't that a green book? And they're like, would you just bring something to write on? And I'm like,
see, we don't have essays in my classes.
That's true.
So
yeah. If you have like something more on like the humanities, you typically do have like essay questions, and your professor might require you to bring a blue book, but it never hurts to ask. Ask your professor if you can use a blue book that you've used on a previous exam. A lot of times they'll say, just buy one for the whole semester and we'll just repeatedly use that. But also be mindful if they say, don't do that, don't do that. A lot of times professors will say, have a blue book, but I want to see that there's no writing in there before we start the exam. Makes sense. It's just your professor's preference, honestly.
And again, even if you're having Scantrons par scores, double check with the professor beforehand because you don't want to show up on test day and you have the wrong material.
Yeah, be mindful of if you have a 7 a.m. final, I don't believe the bookstore is open at that time.
I have 2 of them.
So, you have 2 7 a.m. finals?
2 7 a.m. finals. I'm excited. Yup.
My heart goes out to you, Diana.
It's okay.
Yeah, so if you do have a 7 a.m. final and you get there and realize you don't have a par score, or maybe you bought a par score and you needed a Scantron, or your pencil breaks.
Oh, no.
Oh, gosh. Oh, no. Yeah. Pray that your classmates have, like, thought
Usually
ahead.
they do. I at least bring 2 par scores.
Yeah, I always have multiple par scores. There's usually somebody in the class that kind of thinks ahead. I like to think I'm that person. I'm not. But usually there is somebody in class that has prepared for these little mishaps and forgetfulness in their classmates. So shout out to those people. Thank you.
And I cannot emphasize this enough. If you're allowed to use a calculator on your test, bring batteries. Make sure it's charged.
You don't want your
my
calculator
friend's
to
calculator
die out.
died 10 minutes into the test, and I was like, let me see your calculator after the test, and it was working perfectly fine. So bring a
So sad.
spare. I usually bring 2 calculators in the sense like I'll have my regular, like the one I use all the time, and a just in case that one fails, I have this backup, especially for finals.
You're so prepared.
I've had so many mishaps with things that it's just paranoia at this point.
Yeah. So remember, don't rely on your classmates, but if you don't have what you need, maybe they can help you out.
Don't be afraid to ask.
Don't be afraid to
It's
ask.
better to ask and to have a silent classroom than to not ask and then there's a person right next to you who had it and you end up like not failing but doing worse than you could have done.
I believe that there's a vending machine in the UC, right? That has like Scantrons.
Oh, there is, yes.
Yeah, there's a vending machine there, and I also know I've seen her before. I don't know who she is, but she is the real MVP because one time
With the cart?
with the cart,
Yes.
I had a 7 a.m.
Oh.
final, and nobody brought blue books because we didn't know we were supposed to need blue books. So there I go with like quarters from like 5 different people, like running around campus trying to find it, and like. I ran like all the way to the UC, and the bookstore of course, I can't even talk. The bookstore of course is closed, and there is this woman there with a cart in the UC selling par scores and blue books and pencils, and I was like, But
fact,
the line gets long.
It does. But fun fact, she doesn't charge tax. So for example, in the bookstore, it'd be like, what, 2 cents tax?
I don't know.
Yeah, no,
Don't
it's
ask me
like
that.
25 cents for a par score or something like that, and you end up paying like 32 or something like that. Maybe.
I'm honestly like, just take my money. Just
Yeah, but yeah, she doesn't. She doesn't. I don't know if that's an issue, but that is something.
An issue.
A fun fact. I know for me, if I can say.
Are you saying
money.
she should be charging us taxes?
But she doesn't, and that's the
America.
important part. Alrighty.
Yeah.
Print spot money does not roll over next semester.
If you have $12 now that you have not used,
make a coloring book.
make a coloring book. Yeah, that money is just honestly going to go back to the university. Like, if you're down to like $3 right now, and the university puts it's $12, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then university puts $12 back on your card. You're not going to have $12 plus 3. You're going to have 12. Your $3 goes back into the void of university money.
Yeah, they probably just put $9 back.
Yeah, and if it is the end of the semester and you're finding like, oh my gosh, like my professors require me to bring like 4 copies of my essay, that's a lot of money. I don't have enough on my card. You can put more money on your card.
The thing is, if you do put money on your card, that does roll over.
Yeah, so if I have like $0 on my print spot card right now, and I go to those little machines in the library, they're by the stairs, and I know that there's another one somewhere.
So there's by the stairs, there's in the Flan building, I know there's one.
Yeah, that's right. You go, make sure that you have like bills, I guess. It doesn't take coins, but also make sure that you're not wanting to put like $20 on your card.
Yeah,
if you have a 20,
it's
like,
a 1s, 5s, and 10s.
yeah. Well, you can put a 20 in there.
Oh, yeah, really?
Yeah, you can, because
Oh,
I've
cool.
done that before. Mistakes. But
Oh,
then I had
why would you
$20
put-
on my card, so
Wow.
that wasn't too bad. It doesn't give you change. You can't like put in a 20 and be like, I just want $5.
Exact change.
No, you're getting $20 on that card. So
Oh,
just be
that's-
prepared for that. And then you can have enough to not only finish out the semester, but like Diana said, that money is going to roll over.
The only one that doesn't roll over is money given to you by the UTSA.
I don't know
All
where
right.
that money goes. I'd like to
It's
know.
in the void.
Into the void. That's right. I said that. Into the void. Okay. Oh, yeah, this one's important. Don't forget to eat, guys.
Sleep and stay hydrated.
You saw me eating my cake because it's been a long day.
Okay, don't eat cake,
Don't
though.
eat cake. No,
Be
we've
healthier.
mentioned this before in previous live streams about studying. Have your favorite snack next to you.
Banana
Switch
chips.
it up. Popcorn. Oh,
Coconut chips.
I want popcorn. Do we have popcorn?
No.
We should. We need to get popcorn
Yeah.
for here.
Kettle corn?
Kettle corn is good. I do
All
like
right.
kettle corn. But
Have water
speaking
and
of
stuff.
popcorn,
Ooh.
noisy snacks. If you are in the quiet study, be courteous to your neighbors.
It is a quiet study after
It's a
all.
quiet study. Have I told the story about the girl with the salad?
Yes.
The girl with the salad. She had one of those salads from, I guess,
HEB?
H-E-B or something, and you put the dressing on it. But then she closed
Shake
it and
it.
she shook it, and we
It's
were in
really
quiet
good.
study. It's really good.
But
It's
not
also
for
very
quiet
loud,
study.
very
No,
loud.
no.
I had headphones in, and I was like,
Yeah.
why? So if you are in the quiet study, maybe like don't get like the noisiest chips that you can buy. That'd be an interesting poll. What's the noisiest chips you can buy? Takis.
Write in the comments below.
Write in the comments. What's the noisiest snack you could be eating while you're studying? And then don't eat it. Don't be that person.
Unless you're like at Starbucks or something.
Yeah,
and,
if
like,
you're
it's already
if you're
noisy.
like in the JPL food court or out at the Sombria or even in the UC, like it's okay there.
Or even in the JPL, but not in a quiet zone.
Yeah. Just make sure that if you are in a quiet zone, everybody is there because they want it to be quiet.
Also, I guess be mindful of the people around you. If it is a quiet area but not a quiet zone, and you're eating something really noisy and you see people giving you dirty looks,
just get a feel for the environment.
Yeah.
Smelly snacks.
Don't. If you're gonna heat up something and bring it, please don't sit by me.
If it is
I will
like
get
10:30 at night and I am in the JPL studying and you come next to me and you have like
Homemade
a
lasagna.
microwaved bowl of like pasta,
No.
I automatically hate you because I want that pasta. I've been here for hours.
I will probably take it from you.
Yeah.
Be okay now.
Don't do that. We're all friends here. Don't rub your food in my face.
Account
That was weird.
buddies.
Don't rub your food in my face.
Here you go.
Mm.
Oh, this is good, isn't it? Well, you can't have some.
Yeah. So smelly snacks. Also, like, be mindful of that. Again, like there are appropriate places to be eating this. There's also places where it's rude to be eating this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Eat brain healthy food and balance your caffeine take with water. I know we love our coffee.
This isn't coffee though.
What is it?
Vanilla frappuccino, or like not frappuccino. Vanilla bean.
Oh,
It has no caffeine. It's just
That's
like,
delightful.
creamy.
It
nice.
tastes like cookies and cream a little bit.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that's good.
It's a great way to like keeps me awake a little bit, but long
I just
enough
dropped
to
like
get home.
water all on the script.
Oh,
So
nice.
speaking of water, balance your caffeine intake with water. You know, don't do like shot after shot of espresso.
Why
You will die
not?
probably. You will probably die. I know those John Waynes come in handy every once in a while, but don't make that a daily habit. Here's to you, Ariel. That's right. Call out time. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. One of our graduating peer mentors here
Mhm.
loves John Wayne.
Love-
And if you don't know what it is, look it up.
Yeah, maybe
It's
order
not
one.
the actor.
It's not the actor. It is a drink that you can order. It's just like a shot of like
It will wake
extra,
you up.
extra strong.
You will feel it.
I don't know exactly what it is. But yeah, so one of those every once in a while, that is fine. Don't do it every 5 minutes. It's bad for your body, bad for your brain. You
Worst
will
thing
get
I've done
sick.
this week, or these past weeks, was, what was it, chestnut praline with 4 shots.
No. One day, one fateful day. When was it? I want to say it was last semester. I had three,
No.
count 'em, grandes with an extra shot in each.
Oh, no.
I was so sick. Do you remember this day? You remember this day. I was so sick. I actually like got sick for the rest of finals because I just like messed up my tummy. Like your body's not supposed to. Your body's not supposed to have that much caffeine in you. Like my heart probably could have stopped, which would have been sad because then I wouldn't have been able to turn in the paper I was writing.
And you wouldn't be here.
No, I wouldn't.
But yeah, listen to your body. If you're getting tummy aches, if you're needing to go to the bathroom, or you're just not feeling well,
You have
it's
a headache.
something.
Your face feels warm. Take a breather. Your body is telling
literally
you
feeling
are.
your heart pounding.
Your body is
shaking.
telling you you're overdoing it. And this isn't just about caffeine. This could be maybe you just ate an entire box of pizza. Or maybe you've been sitting there for 6 hours and you haven't moved and now you have like, I don't know, like spider veins because you just like have no circulation anymore because you've been sitting there. Like, take care of your body. Like, your body is doing these things to tell you, hey, maybe change it up a bit. How about a vegetable?
What are those?
That was me the other day. I was like sitting there and I was like, I feel really sick. And it's like, that's right. I did not eat anything that came from the green earth. No. Yeah. Try and balance it. Get some fruit in there. I love snacking on strawberries, honestly. Those are my go-to thing all the time. Just cut up some strawberries and some almonds, a cheese stick. Look at that. Well-rounded, healthy, and delicious.
A natural way to get a caffeine boost is apples. Apples are nature's coffee cup.
Mm-hmm. And if you are feeling like you know, we all get to that point where we've been sitting there studying for a really long time, and it's like, man, I could eat, even though I just ate like an hour ago.
Do it.
Well, I was gonna say drink water. I usually try to drink water. Like if I have been studying for a while and I'm like constantly feeling hungry, like yeah, you know, your body's like getting kind of bored. It's like, you know, it's fun, food. Try and drink some water first. You know, your body might be telling you that you're actually dehydrated, but your brain is like, eat.
Because you do get some like water and stuff when like you hydrate yourself through food, so maybe that's what it's trying to tell you.
Yeah, definitely. Also, beware of the finals weight gain. It happens. It happens.
Oh boy. Starting.
Don't look at me.
A monster.
Why do you think I love like sweater weather? It's so baggy.
Yeah,
you don't know what's going on.
It's great.
Yeah, so pay attention, you know, if your like New Year's resolution is like I'm gonna be healthy, that doesn't mean like just go wild. Go ham this last couple of weeks in December. Take care of your body is what we're saying. Be smart. Make good choices.
Factor in sleep.
Oh.
I know it's very popular to do all-nighters during finals, but it's not healthy.
No, it's not.
It takes a toll on your body.
Like we keep saying, listen to your body. Your body knows how much it can take, and if you are staring at a screen and you're not able to read anything, go to bed.
There's so much that your body can take, and you will reach that point where you're going to crash. And it's better to crash at the after finals than it is in the middle of finals or during one of your finals.
Yeah, and this isn't just for late night studying. This could happen during the day. I saw a Tumblr post the other day, and it was like, I used to pull all-nighters, and now I can't pull all-dayers either. As funny as that is, sometimes it's true. Sometimes you just have so much going on in your daily activities. You know, it could be like a 6-hour block where you're studying. Take a nap. You deserve it. Your body deserves it.
PSA, take a nap.
PSA, sleep is good.
But yeah, no, I remember last week I was taking my final for one of my classes, and on the final I was like, you know what? I could just close my eyes for 5 minutes. And then I realized that I would probably fall asleep.
Yeah, I've had the point where I've actually, you know, JPL Starbucks and how it's always like really full of people.
Yeah.
I have like overworked myself to the point where I've fallen asleep in the middle of JPL Starbucks with all the people there.
Is that possible?
It's somehow possible with all the noise and like the knowledge that there are people like around you. Like I had just like so overdone it that I was just like so tired. I was like reading something and I just.
Oh, dang.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. An hour later, I was like, what happened?
That's the best thing about college is you can just walk by someone who's just sleeping there and you're like, I understand.
My favorite are the people that are like in between the shelves in the library. I'm like, same.
Yes, yes, and they're just like they're prepared. I wish I was that prepared.
Yeah, Instagram has a lot of Instagram and Twitter usually have a lot of funny like hashtag finals week or whatever. If you need a break, go look at those.
Yeah, those are fun.
It's nice to know that you're not the only one going through this stuff. Like there's an entire
Trust
world
me.
of college students.
I'm pretty sure every college student has.
I don't know anybody that's like
no,
not like that.
Alrighty, well, survival guide for winter break. We're gonna move on to that.
Yes, after finals, we of course get to that wonderful, wonderful period known as winter break.
This year it's 3 whole weeks.
1, 2.
Not 1, not 2.
No. Get it right.
But 3.
3. It's 3 weeks.
Usually
That's
it's 2, but if you call now, we'll throw in a third one for free.
But wait, there's more.
There's more.
Classes start January 9th. Unfortunately. Shout out to Billy Mays. No, I'm kidding. No, so
but wait. There's more.
Then. Classes start January 9th. That is the official end of winter break. So you have whenever your last final is until January 9th to live it up. And by live it up, I mean sleep and be coddled in warm blankets and
spend time with family. Spend time with
yourself. Get some home
yourself.
cooking that's not like
Spend time with your pets.
Takeout Chinese food. I love takeout Chinese food, but
after a while,
I want soup made by mom. Shout out to moms. There's a lot of shout outs going on in this video.
Yeah.
That's the last one. Why not?
Why not?
Okay, yeah. So about whenever finals are over, definitely take at least a week or 2 of that 3-week break to really give yourself a break. I know it's called winter break, but a lot of people do have vacations planned or they're graduating. They're graduating. So even though, we have actually
We're gonna shout them out.
We're gonna shout out right now because we actually have 5 graduates in the office right now. Shout out to Ariel, shout out to Kimberly, shout out to Aliana, shout out to Elisa, and shout out to Dr. Neka over there. That's right.
Woo!
She's going
Those
to med
are our
school.
5 peer mentors who we have loved so much, but we have to say goodbye to.
We have to say
because
goodbye.
they're going off to do greater things out in the world.
I hope
they'll
you
come
had
back.
The time. I'm kidding. I'm not going to
visit.
sing. So especially graduates out there can attest to this, those of you in the office, that even though classes are ending and winter break is starting, there's still so much going on that you have to be prepared for. So like I said, graduation's happening, vacations are happening, maybe just getting back with your family can be enough. So there is a lot going on. There's still a lot of stress. Definitely take some time for yourself. I mean, this entire semester, you have worked so hard to get projects in by deadlines. You've worked with other people on those projects. You've had essays. You've had textbooks you had to read. You've had professors you had to interact with. 9 a.m. classes you had to show up. 9 a.m. classes, Diana! You deserve this break.
You've earned it, basically.
You've earned it.
I mean, you put up with the whole semester, so take some time. Stay in your pajamas all day. Watch Netflix all day. It's fine.
Yeah, a lot
Nobody
of cultures
judges
do
you.
have celebrations going on. Indulge in that. Indulge in whatever your family does as tradition or whatever you celebrate. Or if you don't do anything at all, if your winter break is just you holed up in your room with Netflix, you do that.
That sounds great.
That sounds really nice, honestly.
Yep. Take some time to reflect on what worked and didn't work for the semester.
Yeah, just
while you are
because-
watching Netflix and you're sitting there and you're like, should I watch the next video? Maybe take 2-3 minutes and think about it.
That little 45-second loading next episode thing. Just reflect on your life a little bit. No, but seriously, the semester is over, but not that there's consequences of the semester. What is the word I'm looking for? The aftermath of the semester, I guess. Actually looking at the grades you're getting for the classes and how that's affecting your GPA or how it's affecting your degree plan. It's helpful to take a day and just sit there and I had to burp. Oh my God. Okay, I feel better.
Or even if it's, let's say you're getting all A's, maybe look and see what worked. I know that last semester I got all A's, but I was super stressed the last month of school because I procrastinated.
Yeah.
So while I did well in my classes, maybe one thing that I could have reflected on and said, hey, this didn't work was my procrastination or my time management. So definitely sit there, take a little step back and look at what worked and didn't work so you can be better prepared for the next semester. I don't mean start studying again, but just
classes are done. There's nothing
to
to study. I mean, maybe you can look over your old notebooks for the memories and be like, I remember.
That handwriting was so nice at the beginning.
I remember that slide that professor had up. That was a good one. I mean, you can do that if you want. If you want.
It's your break.
You do whatever it is you do on your break. I'm going to sleep.
Me too.
The entire time. Just
No,
don't
I
wake
have
me
to
up
go with
until
family.
January 9th.
Wake me up
Actually,
when
we come back to work
December
January
ends.
2nd. Wake me up when December ends.
No?
Write that down.
Okay,
We're getting a lot of hate right now for our really bad jokes.
No,
Actually, I
great.
told a joke earlier today.
My pun sweater.
Yeah, okay. First,
okay.
real quick, since it's winter, we wore our cozy winter stuff. Appreciate this.
Just look at this. Look at us.
Boop, boop, boop,
We do this for you guys.
Yeah, I know. I was telling I scratched my finger.
Oh, no,
I
sorry.
was telling somebody, they're like, "Wow, why are you wearing that vest?" And I was like, "What do you mean? It's very festive." And my eyes lit up, and they're like, "Don't you dare!" And I'm like, "I guess you could say it's pretty festive." And they're like, "You need to go." And I was like, "Yeah, I do."
Oh yes,
And
I
I'm
love
back.
it. I love it.
And so is the vest.
No, yeah. I bought this, and I went home, and I was like, "Mom, you'll never believe what I bought. I bought the best Christmas sweater
The vest.
ever." And she goes, "If it has a pun on it, I will burn it." And I was like, "Never mind."
Indulge in yourself. If you love tacky sweater vests, punny sweaters, do it. It's the end of the semester.
Whatever. Again, you worked hard all semester. Take time to be you.
Take time to be you. Also, take time to think about the you that you're going to be in the spring semester. Because like I said, classes do start January 9th, and then we just do it all over again.
Oh boy.
Oh boy. Oh boy. No,
Oh,
I'm
boy.
actually really looking forward to my
Same.
classes that I've registered. Oh, your classes that you've registered for. I'm not entirely sure yet. I don't know if we have the
January 3rd is the deadline to pay.
There we go.
Pay for those classes by January 3rd. I can't emphasize this enough. At least put in the money January 2nd to make sure everything goes through. Because if you do not pay by January 3rd, they will kick you out automatically.
Jesus.
No, really, they will.
So serious. Well,
I've had friends who lost all of their
wow.
classes. Like they were, because once you get to a certain point in your degree plan, you start getting those classes that start getting waitlisted, start getting filled up. And if you are one of the people who made the list and you're in the class, but you get kicked out on that technicality, it really
Someone
sucks.
else moves in. Someone who's waitlisted. And if you are waitlisted, be paying attention to your email because that might happen to somebody else, which is unfortunate, but good news for you because now you get the class that you were waitlisted for. I was going to say take a look and reconsider the schedule that you have made. I mean, we did make our schedules back in what? October, November, depending on when your registration date was. Maybe circumstances have changed. Maybe you have a new job. Maybe you change jobs. Maybe you have a third job, a second job. Who knows? Or maybe your degree plan has changed and you no longer need to be taking certain classes. You want to make sure that you are using each semester, what's the word I'm looking for?
To the fullest potential?
To the fullest potential, yeah. So take a look at your classes. Make sure that they are classes that you need / want / work with your schedule.
Yay!
Yeah,
Yay.
so those will start January 9th. We will have another live stream next semester. That's right, it's the end of the semester, but that doesn't mean we're going away. We're coming back. And we're going to...
A whole new season next semester.
A whole new season.
A whole new season.
That was magical. Yeah, so we will have updated information on stuff like census date, getting into the swing of the spring semester if we have any freshmen out there watching. Congratulations, you made it through your first fall semester. If we have any transfer students who this was their first semester at UTSA.
Any transfer students who are coming to UTSA, ow, that hurt.
So that sounded painful. Yeah, so like I said, lots more to come in the spring semester in terms of live stream, but also in campus experience. Because spring semester is definitely
spring
very
semester is
different from the
animal.
fall semester. I feel like it just goes so much faster. At least for me, it does.
Me drags on.
Really?
Yeah. Well, I guess because it's like, for fall you have Thanksgiving break, which is like right before finals, but you have spring break in spring that has a whole nother month after it.
Spring break.
And we'll talk about that next year.
Next year. Oh, yeah, next year. Close out 2016. Thank you.
We won't see them until next year.
No more 2016 is
Make
all
those
I'm thankful
jokes.
for. For what? Oh, now we're going to say 2017.
No.
2017 is going to be a good year. I can feel it.
Yeah. Feeling my bones.
Yeah. In my bones. That's a trigger word for me. You know that. Okay. Okay.
But wait. There's more.
There's more. That's right. We're going to keep talking. Definitely be planning ahead over the spring break. If you notice that your backpack wore itself out this semester, get a new one.
Winter break?
What did I say?
Spring break?
I need to go home. Over winter break, if you notice that your backpack wore itself out this semester because you just carried so many textbooks in there, buy a new one. My favorite pen died. My favorite pen. So now I have to go buy another entire 24-pack just to get the one pen that I wanted.
Or you could look for it on Amazon.
Or
I can get
Diana,
the whole thing.
I can get an entire 24-pack of pens. So.
Alrighty, so don't forget about FAFSA. That opened up back in October. But yeah, double and triple check your status. Make sure you're turned in all your paperwork, so that there's no delays for funding.
Yeah, if you do have questions, go talk to One Stop Enrollment on the first floor of the JPL. So when you walk in from the Cimbria, just keep walking, and their office is on the right. They can answer any questions you have about FAFSA, financial aid, I think maybe even to some extent some registration questions. And if they don't have the answer, they can redirect you somewhere that you can go to get that answer.
But warning, go as soon as possible.
Boop, 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 boop. The line.
It is huge. I know that there are people who have waited an hour to 2 hours.
No,
for
I can't do that.
For One Stop. So start going now, as soon as possible, because come the end of the semester, that line will just start growing.
Yeah, maybe go like the day before you're actually gonna go. Maybe go and like see when the best time is, because I know I walked by there at some point today, and I know it was very crowded, and then I went by later and there was nobody in there. So
Oh,
you
yeah.
got to pick your time wisely. Let me see. So FAFSA. Your financial aid refund for the spring semester. If your account summary, the charges are less than what your financial aid refund is, or your financial aid award is, you will get a refund, whether that's through a check in the
Yay!
mail or direct deposit, which you can set up on ASAP. As for when that comes, it varies. Typically, financial aid begins being released 10 days before the start of classes, but since classes are December 9th, I'm not sure if that means that will be awarded December 31st. I'm not entirely sure about that because it is a holiday.
January
Do we know
9th.
that? So they're throwing up like different numbers over there. Is that
Third?
how many fingers are you holding up?
Wait, no, but
I don't have my
isn't it
glasses on.
Third. She said third.
The 3rd? January 3rd?
But isn't it due the 3rd?
What is due the 3rd? The payment?
Payments.
Yeah.
Oh, when you get refunded. Just if you have any questions, always ask One Stop Enrollment. They definitely know the answers. Again, we're just kind of
We are but humble middlemen giving you this information.
So definitely keep an eye out if that's something really important to you guys. Go to One Stop Enrollment. They know the answers for sure. Their website probably has some answers as well, or you can write them an email.
Yeah. Remember to spend your refund wisely. Maybe use that to get your textbooks. Maybe get that new backpack.
And then if you're traveling out of town or leaving home, remember to take care of your house or your apartment. Turn off your thermostat. I know that when I travel, it's really important that you put the thermostat a little bit like in the range of what the temperature outside is, so
Yeah.
it doesn't overwork for nobody there.
Yeah, well, you also want to kind of pay attention to what your lease agreement says, because I know that certain apartments do have an agreement that says, like, even if you are going on vacation, you cannot completely turn off the heating and air. It has to be set at a certain temperature. So if you're unsure, maybe just go to the front office or talk or look at your lease again. It should say on there.
Take care of your pets. Make sure they have a place, or if you're leaving them at home, they have food, all the stuff like that.
Hire a pet sitter. Drop them off at a doggy daycare. There are various places around San Antonio where if you can't take your, I don't know, you can't take your dog with you on the Greyhound bus, which is an irony that I do not stand by. Make sure that you are taking care of your pets because they're part of the family too.
Yep. Unplug in electronics. First off, I know that if there's like power outage, that will surge the electronics, and if your TV is plugged in, that could mess up your TV. Unplug them because they draw energy or power even though they're turned off.
Yeah, you'll end up with a really high utilities bill. And speaking of bills, if you have any bills that are due over the interim of the break, make sure they get paid. I know you're not going to be here necessarily like January 1st to drop that check off at the leasing office or wherever it is that you're paying your rent. But guess what? Just because you're not there doesn't mean the bill's not due. You still have to pay it.
Yep.
So make sure you are making arrangements to maybe pay that online or pay it in advance, or maybe your apartment has like a sort of policy that says, oh, like pay on a certain date or whatever. Again, always check with your apartment or housing wherever you are staying to make sure that you are getting these very grown-up responsibilities taken care of, because they do have serious repercussions.
And make sure the post office holds your mail. You don't want it to pile up in front of your house or something like that.
Yeah, or if you get like a newspaper delivered. I saw that in a movie once, but I don't think people really get newspapers
My dad
delivered to their
does.
house. Really?
Yeah. We always have to fight with them, though, when we're going out of town to make sure that they don't, send it. It's fun.
Clean the house before you leave. This is something that I don't understand how you can leave without doing it. Maybe it's just my mentality, but when I come home from a trip or anything, I want it to be clean when I come home. I don't want to come home to dirty dishes that have been there since December 15th and it's January 9th.
Oh, that's gross.
No, that's bad. So make sure that you are taking care of these things. If you have any food in your fridge that's going to go bad, maybe toss it out or use it before it does go bad. Take out your trash, clean your dishes. And just tidy the place up so when you do come back from visiting with your family and all the craziness that happens in our homes, we can come back to our safe spaces here on campus and just kind of take a deep breath and go sit on a couch that doesn't have children's toys everywhere.
And I know that at least this is what my grandmother used to tell me. How you start the year is kind of how the year will progress. So if you start with a clean apartment or a clean house, most likely your year will progress like that.
Yeah.
And another thing is be mindful of power outages that can happen. So don't leave your refrigerator stocked with food. Yeah, maybe the expiration date is like several days after you come home, but be mindful that in case the power does go out, your refrigerator won't be working at its best abilities.
Yeah, we have talked a couple of times before on these live streams about how crazy Texas weather is. I mean, it has
Yep.
been raining nonstop for 3 days now. 3 days, and
Yeah.
it's very cold, but I think it's supposed to be like in the 70s or something, right? On Wednesday? 70s and sunny. So,
Yep. It's great.
with the weather changing like that, it does take an effect on the pipes and the plumbing and the electricity. And it wouldn't be surprising if maybe it ends up being like 80 degrees on New Year's Eve, but it also wouldn't be surprising if we get like iced over and the entire city shuts down because no one knows how to drive on ice down here.
Yep.
So just be prepared, especially if you are traveling. Take into consideration these different kind of inclement weather that you want to be dealing
I
with.
know that if you are traveling, and say you're going with plane, my friend went to a wedding this weekend, and she was supposed to come last night, and there were so many delays. She was so scared that she was going to miss her test at 10 a.m. this morning. Yeah, she was like middle of the night. She's calling me. She's like, Dan, I have no idea what I'm gonna do. Like, there's
I wouldn't
still.
have gone to the wedding.
It was a very like her cousin or something.
Okay.
So it was like
Yeah.
really close to her.
That's
But
it. Plan ahead.
for that.
Plan ahead because mishaps happen.
I mean, isn't that like Murphy's Law? Anything that can go wrong will go wrong.
I don't know Murphy, but we're getting a thumbs up from over there in the office.
Thank
so
you.
Thanks, Murphy.
And then think about carpooling maybe with your friends or roommates. Save on gas. Going to the airport, maybe not putting your car in the airport parking lot, but have someone drive you there. Just plan accordingly, plan ahead.
Yeah, definitely. And that doesn't necessarily mean that, you have to be going to the same place. I don't know if you've noticed this, but a lot of the cities in Texas are connected by these, like, big roads called highways. So
What?
sometimes you can, like, just
Really?
jump off in, like, 5
jeez.
minutes and be in a small town, and then you just get back on, and then you can
Tell
go to,
me
like,
more.
Dallas. Yeah, it's crazy.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, I remember one time we were driving to Houston, and I was
Mhm.
like, what's that over there? And my mom's like, that is Gonzales. And I was like, wow.
Wow,
Wow,
that's
yeah.
so cool. I didn't know this. Wow,
Yeah,
I
so
shook the
sometimes
whole table.
carpooling does work out that way, where necessarily you aren't going to the same city, but it's a stop along the way. Just ask. Never hurts.
Yeah.
And if you can't find somebody to carpool with, there are, of course, mega buses, Greyhound buses, flights if you want to go that route.
Flights, or instead of if you don't want to like go to the park your car at the airport because that can be expensive.
Oh, yeah.
Uber, Lyft, regular old taxi, all these stuff.
Oh, taxis are expensive.
Then Uber.
Uber.
I've
Yeah.
been doing Uber recently, so
Really?
I don't really remember how much taxis are.
Huh, very interesting. Yeah, so there's different ways to get around. Thank you, Texas Department of Transportation, for giving us so
Yay.
many options. Okay, we have 2 more points that we want to point out to you. Number 1, your textbooks.
Oh,
I
geez.
just said that very loudly. For no
Yay!
reason. Okay, so this semester is ending, and you have maybe like 5 or 6 textbooks for classes you are no longer enrolled in and maybe do not need. Maybe it was for a core class that isn't necessarily like specific to your degree, so you don't necessarily need to keep that textbook. You can decide if you want to either sell your textbook back to the bookstore. I just popped my finger. Ow. You can sell your textbooks back to the bookstore. There are online buyers who will take it. Half-price
Slug books.
Slug books.
They compare different buyers for you, or you can just talk to the people in your classes.
Yeah.
And if you hear somebody say, "Hey, I'm taking a freshman comp 1," and you have that,
You're like, hey, buddy.
like, "Hey,
Would you like
instead
this?"
of paying $100, I'll give it to you for $50." That's a deal.
Yeah, I've done that before, and it honestly really does help if you were the person buying the textbook.
Or
You
the
can
one
get it
selling
cheaper.
it.
Or the one selling it, because
You're
then that's
making
like,
a
what, like
dime.
$20, $30 back in your pocket, depending on how much you're selling it for. Depends on the price you paid for the textbook.
And the final.
Oh, wait, I was going to talk about textbooks for next semester.
dang.
Textbooks for next semester. Well, it depends on when your professor releases the syllabus that says what the textbook is. Sometimes they will wait until that first day of class to actually give you the syllabus and tell you what the textbook is you need. Sometimes they have it posted already. It's up to you when you want to decide to buy that textbook. Just, again, keep in mind that syllabi are subject to change.
And the
So-
professor's word is the best. I had a
Yeah.
professor who had a textbook posted. First day of class, he said, "Don't even bother buying the textbook. I'm just gonna give you what you need to know."
Yeah. Also, be wary. It doesn't hurt to Google it and see if there's already an online PDF available for free of that textbook.
I bought a textbook, and 2 hours later, my friend texted me and said, "Hey, I found the online PDF. I'll email it to you." My heart broke. It was great. Anyways, so definitely look for that. Ask around, see maybe somebody has a PDF version and they can email it to you or something.
Yeah.
And the last one. The week before school, plan out your work and school schedule. Make sure you have replenish your school supplies. Just get ready so you start off on a good foot.
Yeah, I like to usually come maybe a day or two before, or well, not a day or two, that's the weekend, but the week before classes are set to start. You know, a lot of times if you go on ASAP and view your schedule, you can print it out, and usually by the week before classes start, it has the locations of where those classes are going to be. Maybe just take a walk around campus, re-familiarize yourself with where everything is, and also see where your classes are going to be, so that way you're not 10 minutes late on the first day because you didn't know that there was a GSR building. I did not know that until last week.
That's a really bad first impression to make up on a professor walking in late. A lot of my professors this semester especially called out every student who walked in late on the first day. It was awful. I didn't walk in late, but just seeing the faces.
Yeah, it's start the semester off right. Start the year off right. Something that we should probably mention that I forgot. If you rent a locker at the rec center or in the library or in
music hall,
the music hall, pay attention to renewal dates. A lot of times you pay per semester for those lockers, and once the semester is over, guess what? You have to re-rent it or move your stuff out.
I know that the music hall is, if you're a music major, you can actually get them for free for your instruments and stuff like that.
That makes sense.
But they do have clean-out dates, so be wary of those.
If you don't want your stuff thrown out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I guess real quick, we want to give a shout out to everybody who's in the office who helps us do this.
It's not just us two. We're just the people that
trust
talk.
me, it is so.
There
we
right
do
now
the
there
easy
is
part.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people in the office right now that you can't even see.
Yep. And so just a quick shout out. There's Kimberly, Aliana, Glenette, Elisa, NECA, and Ariel. And they are basically the team that kind of helps us do this. We're just the talking part.
Yeah, honestly. I don't even know what I'm saying half of the time. A lot of times I'm just reading lips of what they're saying back there, and I'm like, oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it really does take a village to do this, so thank you for them. There are some people who aren't here today who also help, Cody, Sarah, our supervisor. So to all of them, thank you. And to all of you guys,
Joy! Sorry.
Joy! Oh, I feel bad now. There's Joy as well.
There's also James.
James doesn't.
How many people work here?
11.
Did we go through everybody?
Yeah, I think
Wait,
so.
there's
Did you count yourself?
they're nodding, so I'm just gonna take it as yes. Also, thank you to everybody who has watched the videos and commented and participated in polls on our Twitter, following our social media accounts. Honestly, if we were just making these videos and talking into
the camera,
the ether,
abyss,
the abyss, the void, the void where your print spot money goes.
Oh no,
it wouldn't be as fun of a job. So thank you everybody for watching and for participating in the semester. Wait. There's something going on.
Yay!
What's happening?
Oh, yay, we're going to do this. So
what's happening?
We're going to bring
what?
them back. We're going to put them in the camera.
I was like, what's happening?
All right,
okay, we are bringing everybody in.
Everyone who is a part. We've got Kimberly, NECA, Ariel. Jeez. Just keep moving in this way.
Yeah.
Lisa, Glenette. And Aliana, and then again, like we said, Joy, Cody, James, and Sarah. They are not here at the moment.
Mom, look at all my friends.
But yeah, thank you to everyone for making this semester so wonderful for us. We really do love what we do, and it's because of you guys that we get to do it.
Yeah, so everybody, good luck on your finals. Have a wonderful time over the winter break, spending time with your family, spending time by yourself, and we will see you next semester.
And from our family to you, thank you again and happy holidays. Have a great winter break.
Stay tuned for season 2.
We'll see you next semester. Bye.